We are the Braxtons, and you'll see that we are not like an ordinary family. Tony, Tracy, Wanda, Trina, Tamar, and Miss Eve will teach you a thing or two on Braxton family values.
Hello, Home Slices. It's Kiara with Home Slice Adulting coming to you with my review for Braxton Family Values Season 6, episode, is it 19? Episode 20, Touring Us Apart. So, thank you for clicking on this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and to share this video with people who you think will like it. Today, I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time, where each time I'm going to pause the TV, tell you what I think about what happened on that segment, and then come back and do it over and over again until the episode is over with. I found that it made my videos shorter and more succinct, and that I was in the moment as opposed to having to take notes, which takes a very long time. So that's what we're going to do from here on out, at least for Braxton Family Values. So moving on, the first thing that we see is Tony and Trina spending time together, which, now that I think about it, is something that they don't do one-on-one very often. And so we see Tony on Sister Circle, which is the show that Trina hosts. She talks a little bit about losing her jewelry on the plane, which includes her engagement ring. We also talk about they also have a little conversation about manicuring your down there hair. And Trina was saying that now that she's with an older man, he likes that she doesn't have all the hair removed down there. And I think that's funny, but I also think that that's appropriate. It's very weird that men are really into a very clean shaving down their area when that is reminiscent of like a little girl who hasn't reached puberty yet. It's very odd for there to be no hair down there as a grown woman, because your hair is there for a reason as you get older and, you know, go through puberty and all that jazz. So yeah, whatever. Moving on, we see Tamar talking to Tracy. Also, what's the deal with her giving her little boy coffee? Children have enough energy as it is. Coffee, I feel like he'd be bouncing off the walls. But anyway, Tamar takes some time to ask Tracy if she will go on tour with her. And to be honest with you, Tracy didn't seem excited to me. And understandably, she would be a little apprehensive, considering their history with, opening for tours and whatnot. But I think it was a great gesture for Tamar to bring Tracy aboard. But it looks like it's going to go south again. So we'll be back. Oh, no. Okay, next we see Tony and Trina having lunch together, and they're having a conversation about, the situation with Gabe and how Vaughn is being like super understanding of that, and how he's holding back because of what's going on with Gabe right now and hasn't asked her to marry him or anything. So, but she said she would say yes. She seems to be in a healthy relationship. But the Braxton sisters love. They fall into love what seems, easily. The only person who has had a long marriage is Tracy, and even that marriage had some turbulence. So, anyways, Tony surprises us by telling us in this moment that she and Birdman aren't even together. So we'll get back to that and see how she explains it. All right, y'all. So I am back to talk about this second part of this episode. So, what did we see first? We saw Tawanda going over to Trina's house to spend time with her and help her through her dealings with Gabe. And apparently Gabe had gone to the Texas Medical Center, which is a huge medical center. They have great doctors there. I actually went to high school very close, basically in the Texas Medical Center at a high school that is supposed to be like a college preparatory school for people who want to go into health professions. So I went there from 9th to 11th grade. But anyways, Texas Medical Center is great. So Gabe was there, I guess, trying to seek treatment, and he didn't want Trina to come there until he got out of the hospital. And so they are playing Word for Friends, and they're just kind of, going down memory lane and all that. And, I really feel for Trina in this moment, as turbulent as their relationship was, and we got to see all of it with them cheating on each other and him cyber cheating and all this type of stuff. Even with all of that stuff, we got to see them kind of, and them being on Iyanla, we got to see them come full circle to have this friendship. And it's just so unfortunate that Gabe's life got cut short by cancer, and it's just really sad. So I really do feel for Trina in these moments. Trina's not snitching though. She's not snitching on Tony and not letting Tawanda know that Tony and Birdman aren't together anymore. Look, Tawanda is not funny to me. She's one of my least favorite sisters, okay? I'm not a big fan of Tawanda. But when when Trina asked Tawanda, hey, what has Tony told you about her and Birdman? And Tawanda said, close your eyes. Which means she ain't told her nothing. That was funny to me. But anyway, it was great that, Trina feels the support from her sisters. I think that's wonderful. So next we see Tamar having a meeting with LaTroy, who on the previous episode was just like her friend, and now he's her business coordinator. Okay, anyways, so Tamar's agent Nick comes around and asks her about the opportunity to be on Big Brother. Now, I watched the first few episodes of Big Brother. I've never been a Big Brother fan, but I did watch the first few episodes of Big Brother from the season that Tamar was on, and it was pretty good. I just didn't have the bandwidth to continue watching it. And come to find out, she wins later on. So it was a great opportunity for her.
My main concern is if I'm doing something in the kitchen or we have friends over.
Yeah, my stupid TV does that. If I pause something for too long, it'll go back to the TV. If I want it paused, stay paused, okay? Anyways, so Tamar wants to take advantage of that opportunity, which turns out to be a great thing for her. But moving on, next we see Cliff, who is Tracy's manager outside of the studio or wherever they are, where they are doing like rehearsal. And Tracy has not arrived yet. But Cliff is upset, and he's talking to the producer. He's talking to Nick, Tamar's agent, saying, because apparently he received a text message from Tamar's business coordinator, saying that he basically won't be allowed into the rehearsal space. And Cliff is upset about that. It's understandable that he would be upset about that. But from what I gathered, Cliff believes that Tamar is not allowing him to come into the rehearsal space because Tamar thinks that he said something against Tamar. He claims he wasn't saying nothing against Tamar. He was just repeating what he heard, which, may or may not be true. Who knows? But the point is that there's a disagreement. Cliff is not being allowed into the rehearsal space. And when Tracy arrives, she finds this out. And once again, mixing family and business. I mean, these sisters' lives are so intertwined already, especially with them trying to be back on track with, loving and supporting each other the way that they should be, attending events, attending, family celebrations, filming this show, singing together. Their lives are a little too intertwined. And when things get that way, especially when there's business and money involved, tensions run high. And this might just be an indicator that Tamar and Tracy don't need to sing together. But we'll see what happens. And we're back. So we see Tracy doing rehearsal, we see her getting to spend time with Tamar. Apparently, Tracy brought her grandchild there. So Tamar got to see him for the first time, and Tracy brought Tamar a wig. Peace offering, I guess. But it was nice to see them kind of reconnect again. We also see Tawanda. The T names just throw me off. We also see Tawanda, who has finally decided to say something to her mother about the person that she is dating, now that all of the sisters know. And she kind of plays it off like, oh, he's a producer that we used to know a long time ago. And then when the flirting commences at the table, Mama Evelyn is like, okay, are you all dating? Like, she could have at least told her mama, we're going to go and we're going to have lunch, and the guy that I'm dating is going to, be coming with us. Like, don't wait till the guy comes to the table and then flirt with him in front of your mama until she basically pulls it out of you that y'all are dating each other. So apparently they're taking it slow, and the ring that he got her is not an engagement ring. It was just something that she liked. And they're taking it slow, which is great. So Mama Evelyn leaves the table and they start making out. I thought that was weird. Anyways, next we see Tamar getting super angry because someone didn't make sure that the bus driver knew where they were going. They were supposed to be going to the concert venue when they actually, when the bus driver apparently was not given clear instructions, and he was taking them to their hotel. So they had to take a 21-minute walk to the concert venue. They were already late for sound check. They were supposed to be there 30 minutes ago. It was a misunderstanding, and it happens. And so once they finally get to the venue, there's only one dressing room, apparently, and Tracy, as the opening act, has to get ready in a closet / basement / hallway, and I feel two ways about it. I don't like that this venue does not have multiple dressing rooms. That's weird. I don't necessarily like that there was like no room at the inn for Tracy, but I also don't care because you're getting to go on tour with your sister. You're getting publicity. You're getting paid lots of money that people who are broke like me ain't getting. And then you get mad that you don't have the appropriate dressing room. And it's like, back to what TD Jake said, you all are spoiled. Okay, there's plenty of people out here who want to sing, who want to do stuff that, don't have the opportunity. You're on a television show, you have an album out. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. And the fact that you don't have a dressing room is just, to me, so inconsequential and so small. And I understand that she feels that it's kind of like a sign of respect for there to be appropriate accommodations. But there's nothing that Tamar or anybody could have done to magically make a second dressing room appear. So, I think they tripping. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. We'll be back next. What's up, y'all? So we are back, and we see the concert going on with Tracy going first. Y'all, Tracy is lip syncing, right? Am I the only person who sees that? I mean, it's okay. Lots of people lip sync. But Tracy can really sing. So y'all tell me, was Tracy lip syncing? Anyways, so we see Tamar do her thing, still singing songs off her first album. Hot Sugar is like a hype song. Yeah, but where's the new music, Tamar? Anyways, they're on stage singing together. It's a really good moment. And then immediately after, there's a conversation with, between Tracy and her husband, about how kind of disappointed Tracy was, and how not being able to have Cliff there was a problem, and how not having a appropriate dressing room was a problem. And then, Tracy's husband said something, Kevin said something that was like they would have never done that to Tony. And while I agree, The difference is that Tony is the star. So Tony's not going to open for any of her sisters. You know, the likelihood of that is very low. But I get it. And again, I don't know that there was anything that Tamar or her, crew could have done to, snap their fingers and make an appropriate dressing room appear. I don't know that that's possible. But I do understand that historically the sisters have treated Tracy like she is the odd person out. And while Tamar's efforts to make Tracy feel great and feel included and feel, like she has this opportunity to offer her this opportunity. There were things about it that Tracy didn't like. And clearly when she expresses that, it's not going to go over well. So we'll see what happens. Now, I just told y'all that family and business don't always mix. They're on the second date of this tour, which happens in Washington, D.C., which is kind of their hometown, which always weirded me out because Tamar always talks about like being a Southern girl, and it's like they grew up in Maryland. That's like the opposite of the South. But anyways, it's the second show in Washington, D.C., and against Tamar's wishes, Cliff is there. And LaTroy, when he says to Tamar that Cliff is here, Tamar says he can be back, he can watch the show from, where all the audience is, but not from backstage. And once LaTroy tries to communicate that to Cliff, he gets upset. They start arguing. The F word, the 6-letter F word, which is a homophobic slur, is uttered. And LaTroy, understandably so, gets offended. There is screaming going on backstage. And apparently while all of this is going on, Tracy is out on stage singing one of her new songs, Lifeline. And when she comes back, she finds out what happens. And instead of singing with Tamar at the end of the show, or singing Love and War with Tracy and Tamar both on the stage, Tracy decides to leave. And once again, there is tension revolving around this whole situation. And it's weird because Tamar felt like, well, now that Cliff is here, he has messed things up. Tracy feels like because Cliff is not here, things are not right. And there's no way that Cliff can be there and not be there at the same time, which means that nobody really gets what they want. So, for me, I feel like this is the nail in the coffin for Tamar and Tracy to work together. It doesn't mean that their relationship as sisters has to, change or anything like that. And, I wonder how this we've seen how it impacts their family. Again, their lives are so intertwined that they may associate their sisterhood being back together with how well they can work together, when the two things can be very separate. And my hope is that their sisterhood is great and that they learn that the business thing just isn't going to work for them. But we'll see how the fallout happens, because again, the sisters working together, a lot of times that's when things go wrong. When the sisters tried to surprise Tamar on stage, Tamar didn't like that. They fell out over that. When Tracy, couldn't be on tour because with Tony and Tamar, and they fell out because of that. And so there's a bunch of different things that are going on revolving around performing together that just isn't working out. And maybe they just need to cut that part of their lives off and just be sisters on a show together. And just go to the shows to support each other instead of all performing together. So those are my thoughts on this particular episode of Braxton Family Values. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and to share this video with people who you think will enjoy it. Thanks again for watching, and peace out, home slices.